Alrighty, hello everyone. My name is Kate Stallings, owner of Kate Creative Media LLC, a web design and online marketing company. And today I have Rachel on, who is a print marketing specialist here, and I'll let her kind of talk about herself and introduce her business.
Great, thanks. Hi, Kate. Nice to see you on this beautiful Friday morning. My company is Leone Marketing Solutions, and we do promotional products and apparel. We've been doing this for 17 years. I own the company, and we are certified by the state of Massachusetts. And it's been an interesting 5 months. We've learned to pivot in this craziness, not perish, and actually come out stronger in all of this. So I'm excited to talk to you about what we're doing today.
That is super important. And just like with web is businesses need to adapt, businesses need to kind of change their print strategy, their marketing strategy. And during COVID, how did that kind of process evolve for your industry and with print and with materials, and how did that kind of evolve, and has it kind of changed since, or is there kind of has it been picked up now and people are kind of used to the process, or how did that kind of process work during COVID?
Yeah, so it definitely evolved. So January, February, March, we were plugging away, supporting the event industry, doing trade shows and conferences, supporting events, helping out companies make a splash promotional products. All of a sudden, COVID hits.
Yep.
And then I was getting a million requests for hand sanitizers.
Yep.
These little guys right here.
I like
and so we did a lot of hand sanitizer. I knew at some point they were going to run out. These are all made to order in the USA, mixed to order. So we've seen the press lately about this, that how they're not, some of them aren't great. These ones are awesome. All like it says on it, made in the USA. You probably can't see that, but so a lot of my clients did these. And then of course, masks. We had to do lots of masks. These fun little masks.
That looks good.
And then we have a white one too. But I love how they're packaged, like very sanitary. There's a fun little packaging.
Oh, nice.
So they can just mail them out to people, have them at their place of businesses, and they're very sanitary. And then another trending product in all of this was these keys. So you put them on your keychain. You don't have to touch. You can like use the ATM machine, touch the elevator button, open the door. So one of my law firm clients did these, but these are super popular in times of COVID. Another new product this year. And a funny thing, if you had told me that I would be selling hand sanitizer jugs in 2019, I would have laughed, but this has been very popular. So my clients will order the stands, and then I'll ship them out these hand sanitizers. So it's been a funny process, but it's worked, and I'm thrilled that I'm able to provide my clients items to make them safe in COVID. And then then I have one of my clients through the law school. They're trying to open the school. So they did these kits for all their students back to school, and it's a little plastic pouch, and inside of it is a larger bottle of hand sanitizer and a mask.
Nice.
So just items to have people feel safe as they're going back to work, and then having a school and having your logo on them.
Yeah, are schools ordering those, or I'm sure that there's a whole bunch of guidelines for them too.
Yes, well, it's funny. So the universities and colleges for me are a huge clientele right now. They probably weren't so much in 2019, but this year I'm working with Tufts University. They wanted to welcome their students back. A little letter from the dean, give them a little cup, a sticker, and then of course all the kids are wearing these. They're masks. Yep. So you can see them on the back going over there. So
multi-use.
I know, right? And they're you can't see it, but they're really light. So they're not like a heavy, like you won't be hot in these. They're very light cotton material.
That's super important, because we had our neighbor create some or design some, which was super helpful, but they were hot, especially during the summer. You can only wear them so long.
Yeah, those are nice and light. And then we're seeing a trend in virtual events. So we can't go to a trade show, we can't go to a conference, but we can do this sort of thing. We can talk online, and they're actually very successful. I'll give you a couple of examples. Chapel Hill, it's a high school up in Waltham. They are doing a virtual fundraiser. They're going to have all of their participants buy a ticket, and the ticket will give them a virtual access to Zoom. And on the Zoom will be a wine expert, a bourbon expert, and a beer expert. Isn't that fun?
Oh, I love that.
And then we're mailing them out a logoed wine tumbler, a logoed beer stein, and a logoed bourbon glass.
I love that.
So that are going to be online. You have toast. with their alcohol, having fun,
That's awesome.
hopefully bidding on a whole bunch of stuff. So we're getting creative with all types of events. So it's been really fun seeing how different things evolve.
Wow, I didn't realize the virtual events went that far. That's really smart because you don't know where. I mean, I went to a virtual kind of event, and it was just, you know, kind of a conference. And I've been to a few of them, and they're great. But I love the kind of, you know, gift idea and giving that back, especially with things where, you know, people are going to use them, you know, and have
Right.
that custom made. Um, and I love, you know, with COVID, it has been very interesting. And you know, do you find a lot of people are reordering the same things, or kind of, you know, masks and kind of just kind of getting, you know, those are kind of on a reorder, or can you kind of use those multiple times, the masks? So those one time, couple time use, or just until they wear out?
Yeah, so these are definitely washable. You can get tons of uses out of these. They're washable. We do a lot of the disposable ones too. Of course, these are a one-time use.
Yes.
But companies like to have these on hand just in case they have a client or whatever come in, and then they use the masks. But it's funny, I am seeing lots of reorders for the masks. They'll get them in and they're like, I love these. Can I have them in pink, or can I have them in purple? Like realtors are ordering them, realtors, IT companies, law firms. And when they see how they come packaged, it's just a great thing to have like a stack and give much to people. I mean, everyone needs a mask. We all need them now. Who knows for how long, but that's that's a new norm for a little while anyways.
I like that. I was thinking of getting one that just says need a website, and just not even my brand on it. Just need a website, or website. People call me a webmaster, you know, just something funny like that, or, you know, because there's sometimes it can be hard to read what people, I try to look, and it's either like a lyric, or it's not even like a branding thing. It's like, well, I guess to someone it might be, you know, it's a rapper or a singer or something like that. And I'm like, I can't read your thing. And I was like, that's really hard. So, do people ever ask for things that are like, you know, whether other than just like a logo, or just you know, do they have a lot of words to it, or do they keep it simple, or, you know, how involved do they kind of get on maybe the look and design of between the masks or other products? Are they, you know, do people mostly come to you with, here's everything I want and more, and then you kind of tailor it back to what you can do? Or do people just kind of come to you with a simple idea and you kind of, you know, kind of create the rest from there?
Yeah, it's more the latter. They'll come to me and say, you know, here's what I have to spend. Here's what I want to do. You know, what do you recommend? I think that's the value add that I bring to the table, is just, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get it done. Can you help me? So I'll say, sure. Have you ever thought about, you know, maybe if your logo's busy, maybe trying it on the left side or the right side, or maybe just doing a tagline, or if it's too many colors or not enough colors. So I think that's what we bring to the table. We're definitely not order takers. We're more of a collaboration with our clients. It's more of a partnership. And I may say, hey, instead of a mask, why don't you try, how about a key? Or why don't you try, you know, just try to just different ideas and things like that.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
It's more collaboration. That's why they come to me. But it's funny, one of the biggest questions I've gotten in the past 5 months is, what can you recommend that I can mail to my clients? I need a promotional product that I can mail.
Right.
That is the number one question, because people are home, they have a captive audience, and a lot of my clients are actually seeing sales increase because people are home, they're home and they're listening. So, you know, what can I mail? You can mail a phone wallet, you can mail like a sticky notebook, you can mail, you know, of course, the mask, of course, pens, things like that. So that's been a big question in 2020.
Yeah, because I was kind of thinking is, if someone were listening and they said, oh, what, you know, I'm a business owner, what can I do on a print level? You know, that's a great place to start. And are people doing that with clients, just a gift to current clients, or is that to kind of a new client potentially? Is that they doing kind of both as gifts and then also targeting new homeowners as well?
I think it's both. It's both as like a thank you for your business, or thank you for, you know, sticking with us, or it's prospecting as well. Like, oh, hey, we have this great new product, you know, give it a try. So it's kind of both. But I've evolved from, you know, now it's, before it was easy. Someone would just say, hey, I just, you know, I want to order X, Y, and Z. Now it's, I need to order, you know, I need to order a notebook, a pen, a cup. I need you to pack it together for me. I need you to ship it out. We can do that. In fact, I'm going to show you, Stonehill College did that. So Stonehill College couldn't have their back to school event because we were closed down. So they said, we want to make our students feel engaged. So they did this fabulous box.
Oh, wow.
And mailed out this great little fun little cute post-it cute. These mints.
Yeah.
love this notebook. I love it. So it's this
Oh,
notebook.
I love that. I never got that one.
Isn't that fun? Did you go to Stonehill?
I did, yes.
That's right. We
But
talked about that.
I've got plenty of swag from them.
That's
I got
right.
plenty of
That's right.
stuff.
That is so
Oh,
funny.
I love that.
On little pens. And then a note from the dean saying, like, I can't wait to see you in the fall and enjoy all these stuff. And it came in this great little box.
Yep.
And then it was stuffed with the purple, the color purple.
I love that.
So, yeah, so, I mean, this is like new for us because we never had, usually the school would just handle it. They would just, we mail it all to them and they would take care of it.
Right.
But now they can't go to the school. So I partnered with the Filament House and we made this happen. So it's just being creative, being fun, being different.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's the fun part. Like I look at like web and print when clients, and I'm sure you can feel the same, is when clients come to us, this is like the exciting part of someone's business. It's not the CPA or the LLC or the incorporation part. This is the fun part. This is the part where you get to see something or interact with something, and it's just such a big part of your business. And I don't downplay it at all. And I do print as much, even just letters. I'm at the point where I just write letters to people, and that's what I've always done. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm saying is I want to do handwritten letters, but with my own personal thank you kind of emblem on it, and designing that. And then, going a step further and, doing Christmas cards like I always do, or holiday cards. But there's so many things you can do. And that's why I thought it was great that, this conversation, because there's so many things I think that people forget that they can do. And like people think it's just the pens or the stress balls, but it's like the gifts. And I even thought about that, for people as well. And so do you guys do like the food too as well? Like it could be chocolates.
We've done like chocolate bars. We've done popcorn. One of my clients, Hargray, they're like the Comcast of the South. Mm-hmm. And they do an awesome employee meeting every year, but they can't do one this year. So they're going to stream it live and have all the powers that be talk live. Mm-hmm. And then everyone's getting a box, kind of like the Stonehill box I showed you. And the box is going to be branded popcorn, branded chocolate bar. I'm looking at my computer because they did put a mask, hand sanitizer, and just a journal saying like, thank you for, for all you did this year. How hard it was, show our appreciation. Mm-hmm. So, we definitely do food, more prevalent in the holidays. It'll be interesting to see what happens this holiday season, because last holiday season it was like wine and chocolates. Who knows it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, and how far in advance would someone have to order that? I don't know if COVID has changed that, but like say wine or holiday gifts. Say it's even December or November. Is it smart to kind of plan out for anyone listening a month in advance? I'm sure the sooner someone knows, the better, but is there kind of at least this many days or this many weeks in advance?
Yeah, so COVID's changed everything. Before, this has been a bad thing. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of rush projects going on.
Yeah.
Not a big fan. I'd get it done, but I always didn't like rush projects.
Yeah.
Now there's no choice now. This rush is gone.
Yeah.
So, at least I would say like 4 to 6 weeks. We can do it sooner, but the days of getting things done like the next day, they're over for a good while.
Yeah. Oh, people were asking for the next day?
Before, like pre-COVID, but I have an event tomorrow. I forgot to order pens. Can you get me 1,000 pens? I definitely could do that, but now, factories have, employees are cut in half and everyone has to be safe. So it's just those days of getting things the next day.
I didn't even know it was that quick before COVID. That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Even we've seen it in like Amazon. You used to be able to order something and get it the next day.
I saw that. Yeah.
So
but that you bring up a kind of an interesting point. Like that's why I've never ordered off of Amazon. I don't even have pens or anything like that, but I have business cards. But I like to talk with someone about like the print stuff. I like to talk to someone and say, how is this going to look? Is this the right photo size? Is it the right file? Does it need to be a JPEG, or do you need the whole Adobe file? Like I like to talk with someone about that. That's just me. And then when clients come to me and say, oh, I'm looking to do a print strategy or promotional products, I always like to work with someone and say, like, look, I want to give you a custom experience with an actual print professional, because that's just not something that my company specializes in. And I love that personal touch that sounds like that you give people of, walking them through the process, because it should be a fun part of their business. So I think that's really awesome. And I didn't know that it was that quick for, pre-COVID. What's the process now? Say if like for pens, is it like couple days out, or is it slowly getting back to that one day? Even though I know it's sometimes, rush isn't the best, but is
Right,
it,
right.
if someone were to order pens on Monday, I mean, would it be something that 2 days later, or maybe by Friday, that would be?
Right. Yeah, so the process now is basically, you come to me and say, this is what I want to do. I'd get you a proof to look at. I might give you a few other ideas. I might say, maybe how about try a different color or a different shape or a different size based on your logo. And then you would approve the proof. And then upon approval of the proof, it's usually, depending on what the product is, it's usually production time, like 5 to 7 days. And then it would ship out from there. Usually ground is wherever 1 to 3 days. So it's probably about a 5 to 10 day process when it's all said and done.
Okay.
Things could be improved if need be, but I feel like no one's looking for anything in super rush anyways these days now. So
Right.
we have a little bit more patience and time now. So it's different.
Yeah. And do you recommend anything for anyone looking to start the process? Do you recommend anything for them to know ahead of time, or that you often get as a question beforehand that you find yourself answering a lot, that, you want to let someone know beforehand if they're thinking of kind of doing this process, anything to know in advance, or words of wisdom to kind of, before you get to that point, kind of what to prep for before you kind of do a print strategy or a promotional strategy?
Definitely. Well, a few things. You don't need to spend a ton of money to get a nice, decent product. You can do a nice quality product for low cost, and your logo should be in an AI or EPS or PDF format. If you don't have a logo, I can help develop one. Not me personally, but I have some great partners I can use to get a logo developed. And I like to brainstorm with my clients to figure out, what are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? Trying to find out, who's their target. And that really helps me recommend some great products for them. A lot of people have no idea what they want to do. So they just have no clue, but they want to do something, but they just don't know what. So I think that's the value that Leone Marketing brings in, is we can help them figure out, what makes the most sense for their business strategy.
Right. That's really important. And it sounds like we have a lot of things in common between our two industries. I've touched upon a lot of that stuff, and it's just great to see other local businesses doing really well, and even in this weird time that we're in, and I don't see your business ever not being needed, and same thing with web as well. It's just unbelievable. And was there any other products that you kind of wanted to show, or that you had?
I do want to show one more. This is my favorite product. They're amazing water bottles. This happens to be for New England Law School.
Yeah.
It has a wide opening in the mouth that people love.
Yeah.
And it's a Yeti quality water bottle, but it's not the Yeti prices. And it comes packaged in a really nice box. And it says on the side, it keeps liquid cold for 12 hours and hot for 10 hours. So it comes packaged like this. We actually mailed these out to all incoming when the law school students this year. And in it was one of those, somebody stole it, but one of those hand sanitizer sticks that went in the water bottle and made a really nice presentation. But these are great because, especially now, we can't share water bottles. We don't want to use a lot of bottled water for the environment. So these are great to have. They come in all shapes and sizes. They have even like the Yeti travel mugs and the campers. They're a great, awesome product, and it's not gonna. I think this was like retail for like $9.99. So it's a really great product. But yeah, so these are my favorite right now. These are trending. It's funny because I guess not PPE equipment. I would say water bottles, pens, mugs. But I was looking at the industry magazine last night. And it showed searches in April 2019 and searches in April 2020. So last April, people were looking for pens, water bottles, sunglasses, golf, tote bags.
Yep.
This April, they're looking for face masks, hand sanitizers, bandanas, neck gaiters, thermometers.
Yep.
So talk about what a difference a year makes. It's like, whoa.
Amazing.
I know, it really is amazing.
And you said you do some stuff for golf as well?
Yes, so golf is one of the only things that is safe at the moment. So I did a lot of items for golf tournaments. Golf balls, golf tees, those golf markers. But several companies are still having golf tournaments. So that we saw that pick up around end of April, beginning of May. Okay.
And is there a minimum order on a lot of this stuff? If anyone wanted to order, whether it be a small thing for Father's Day, the father has a business, or mom has a business for Mother's Day and she golfs, or likes to do any sports or anything like that? Is there a minimum order for a lot of these items?
We have low minimums. For something like a water bottle, we could just do 24.
Mm-hmm.
Golf balls, I think it's 3 dozen. Pens, it's 100. So our minimums are pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
If you went to like online companies, our minimums are pretty high, but my suppliers are all great partners of mine, and I can always be creative when I need to be to make things happen. So low minimums don't scare us.
Yeah, because I've been on other sites, which if I were to go off the list of them, you'd know exactly who they are, and it's 50 or 100 minimum, and it's or more, and I'm like, it doesn't work out so much for the client because they maybe want maybe that 20 or 24 range, kind of items. But that's great. I didn't know that you also did sports as well. So all sports.
For the most part, not really sports teams, but like sports items we can do. And I also want to mention too, most of what I have access to is made in the USA. I would say 85% of my products come from the United States.
That's awesome.
We just have more control over when we can receive them, because everything's caught up in customs now. It can take like 6 to 8 weeks. So we don't have to, we can avoid that problem.
That's also a great point. And so if someone wanted to start the process with you, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you, or go to your website or LinkedIn, or what's the best
Absolutely. So my website is leonemarketing.com. That's LEONE marketing.com. Definitely LinkedIn at Rachel Leone. My email is Rachel, RACHEL, and that's at leonemarketing.com. And I'm on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram, and I think that's
you're on everything. You're on everything. And where are you out of again?
I'm based in Hingham.
Based in Hingham.
Well, I'm on the South Shore.
That's awesome. And I hope that through this video that some other people, it might kind of inspire them to take some action to see if maybe some print marketing might be in their future, because you never know where things are going. But people like gifts. People like receiving things. People like, I think still that tangible gift, or feeling something, or when I go to like an expo for even graphic design, is touching something, or cards or gifts or paper, certain textures of paper. I know that might sound weird to anyone else, but
I love paper. I absolutely love paper.
Is feeling that and understanding it, what is someone, between the matte feel and the silk, the gloss, and like for me, I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so much to kind of incorporate and think about. So working with a company like yours definitely sounds like, really a no-brainer in terms of, working and getting the right thing for the right, either first impression or a great just thank you. You can't really replicate that. And, you can call someone, you can send them a card, you can do all that, but, who gets anything in the mail anymore, really,
Right.
Like we do email marketing, but it's kind of funny how it's, back in the old days, your email used to be, that's the big thing. You got an email marketing campaign sent to you, and now people don't want to be bothered with it. And now when you get something in the mail, it's like reverse. It's like, oh, I love this.
I get so excited.
Cool. Yeah, I got a piece of mail, it's really exciting. So I'm so happy you were able to join on today, and I will put your information in on the post here, and I will make sure that people can grab your information. Any final notes or recommendations or thoughts?
Just want to say we're easy to work with. We're happy to help any way that we can. No budget too small scares us, and we're happy to help partner to make a splash in the marketplace with promotional products. And this was really fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Well, I appreciate it. And everyone else, if you have any questions, please definitely reach out to her. And everyone else, have a great day. And thanks for joining on, Rachel.
Thank you so much. You have a great day too.